Unbeknownst to Enki and Enlil was their secret. To abduct and have conjugation was their plot. Unbeknownst to the leaders on Earth, a multitude of the Igigi on Mars got together. What to Marduk permitted is for us too, should not be deprived, they said. The Adapite females, they called. They saw, and after them they lusted. And to each other the plotters said, let us choose wives from among the Adapite females. That means the women descended from Adapa, who was Enki's special son. Now their leader was Shamgaz. What is it, Jen?
And children begat. They wanted to have children with them, honey.
Yes, that's right. They want families. They're just stuck a bunch of guys on Mars, and it wasn't working for them. So Shamgaz polled them, and he found that they were all in it with him. And so there they come. Upon the great platform in the Cedar Mountains, that's the landing platform in Lebanon, they came down. From there to Eridu, on the Persian Gulf, they journeyed. Among the toiling earthlings they passed. Together with the earthling throng in Eridu they arrived. After the wedding, the ceremony, when Marduk and Sarpanit had taken their vows, by a single signal prearranged, Shamgaz and the others a sign gave. An earthly maiden each one of the Igigi seized. By force they them abducted. To the landing place in the Cedar Mountains the Igigi with the females went. Into the stronghold the place they made. Into a stronghold they made it. To the leaders a challenge they issued. Enough of deprivation and not having offspring, the Adapite daughters. To marry we wish. Your blessing to this you must give. Else by fire all on earth destroy we will. Alarmed the leaders were. Of Marduk, the Igigi commander, charged to take, they demanded. It was Marduk, stop these guys. If in the matter I a solution must seek, with the Igigi my heart is in agreement. So did Marduk to the others say, What I have done from them cannot be deprived. Enki and Nimrod, their heads shook. With begrudging agreement they voiced. Only Enlil was enraged without pacification. One evil deed by another has been followed. Fornication from Enki and Marduk the Igigi have adopted. Our pride and sacred mission to the winds have been abandoned. By our own hands this planet with earthling multitudes shall be overrun. With much disgust was Enlil speaking. Let the Igigi and their females depart from earth. On Mars, conditions unbearable have become. Surviving is not possible. So did Marduk and Enlil and Enki say.
In the Eden they cannot remain, Enlil with anger shouted. With much disgust the gathering he left. In his heart things against Marduk and his earthlings was Enlil plotting. Upon the landing platform in the Cedar Mountains were the Igigi and their females secluded. Children there to them were born. Children of the rocket ships they were called. Marduk and Sarpanit, his spouse, also had children. Asar and Satu were the first two sons called. To the domain above the Absu, to him and Sarpanit granted. Marduk the Igigi invited. To dwell in two cities that for his sons he had built, Marduk the Igigi summoned. Some of the Igigi and their offspring to the domain in the dark-hued land came. On the landing platform in the Cedar Mountains, Shamgaz and others did remain. To the far eastlands, lands of high mountains, some of their offspring went. How Marduk of earthlings his strength increases, Ninurta carefully observed. What art Enki and Marduk scheming? To his father Enlil, Ninurta said.
The earth by earthlings inherited will be, Enlil to Ninurta said. Go, the offspring of Cain find, and with them a domain of your own. Prepare. So what's happening now is you can see that there's the leading Enkiite, Marduk, the prince who would have been at one point king of Nibiru, has made an alliance with the humans that Enki had specially bred and bred with. And then they captured brides and they scattered. You'll see that they some of them went all the way to India. Some of them they spread all out, and Marduk with his bride Sarpanit came to live in Egypt and to run Egypt, which was in Enki's territory. Now Marduk is ultimately going to become Allah, and Enlil is ultimately going to become Yahweh. And the battle on earth between the factions of the Illuminati that are still here still taking place between Marduk, Allah, and Yahweh, Enlil.
Yeah, that's important to understand that this is the battle that began thousands of years ago, and it's still happening now, and it's still being played out. And so Marduk is probably still here, and he's the one that's the top of the pyramid, the all-seeing eye, and the eye on the dollar bill, and who's behind the power elite. Only 3% of the world's population control all the money, all the power. They're totally greedy, and so this is where it began. It's very interesting to follow the history of how this passion play of human beings started, and how they looked down on the hybrids, the hybrid humans. But in actuality, if they hadn't bred with humans, they probably would be pretty much like the alien greys who are facing extinction. And so that unfolds as we go through the story. So I think that's about all we're going to cover in today's episode. Do you have any things you want to add?
Just that I highly recommend that you look at the website, which is www.enkispeaks.com, or we also have the same thing on www.aquarianradio.com. And after you listen to this broadcast, see what we have below. We have an article with pictures, and we have a YouTube where the beautiful art that accompanies this book of Enki, this is the 9th tablet, is performed by some wonderful slideshows. You'll actually see some really interesting things. Janet.
Well, thank you for joining us live from Maui, Hawaii. This is Janet Kira Lesson and Dr. Sasha Alex Lesson signing out for another episode, and we will see you again soon. Aloha. Thanks for joining us today on Aquarian Radio. We broadcast daily, and our schedule's on aquarianradio.com. Listen live by calling 646-649-0893, or you can listen live by calling 646-649-0893, or listen to our archives on aquarianradio.com. Join us again soon, and do tell your friends. The age of Aquarius and the paradigm of peace is now.
Aloha. This is Enki. You know me as Aquarius. And this is our age, the Satya Yuga. Time to celebrate with us. We have programs on all chakra tantra, love styles and relationship choices, counseling strategies and techniques that you can use at home. We have extraterrestrial radio where we deal with alienology, paranormal people, and we have an experiencers network. We have a section called Ancient Aliens, and the programs therein are Enki Speaks, Nimma, the Mother of Humanity, has her program, and we revise ancient anthropology. And most important of all, we have peace paradigms, because this is the age of peace, harmony and understanding, sympathy and love abound. No more falsehoods or derisions, mystic crystal dreams and visions.
And this has been another episode here at aquarianradio.com.
aquarianradio.com.